Imagine that today you woke up a smallholder farmer. Since women comprise a majority of the labor force in agriculture in sub-Saharan Africa, let's assume that you're one of them. Do you mind if we give you a name? A good African name like Nyawera? This is your home, the typical rural African village, which is at the very heartbeat of rural Africa. Typically constitutes 10 to 20 households with nothing more than social ties. Your greatest resource is your land, and like most smallholder farmers, you have a small holding of about 2 hectares. But what's the conflict? Smallholder farmers are riddled with many thorny problems. The typical scenario includes unprofitable and inconsistent subsistence production, highly over-diversified production of 50 or more crops, poor infrastructure, among others. The outcome is that their produce is uncompetitive in local, regional, and international markets, resulting in smallholder farmers like you becoming more resource poor. Whether we are looking at access to formal or informal markets, the market won't change to suit smallholder needs. Instead, you and millions of smallholders will need to reposition yourselves to suit the needs of the available market. So let's step back a little from Nyawera's story to see the bigger picture. Developing functional markets demands a massive reorganization backwards right to smallholder households. As a market development agency, we at Firm Concern International work among poor farming communities to enhance economic growth through innovative business models and strategic partnerships. The commercial village model is the engine of commercialization through which Firm Concern International is bringing an agricultural revival across Africa. Through the commercial village model, typical African villages are evolved from social entities to social economic entities branded as commercial villages which operate as business units. These blocks are empowered to achieve significant volumes of farm produce, supply consistently, improve their supply, and outsourcing logistics and achieve efficiency. In 20,000 villages across Africa, from the central corridor of Tanzania, the Ethiopian highlands, southern Malawi, western Kenya, the Horn of Somalia, in 23 countries in sub-Saharan Africa, across 25 current programs, and over 59 since 2004, the commercial village model is driving commercialization in rural communities across Africa. The commercial village model is a boiling point of partnerships, leading market players, agro-wholesale buyers, private sector agro-companies, commodity trading companies, development partners, and research organizations. All these partnerships represent a wealth of collaborative learning on agri-value chains leveraged for the benefit of the commercial village. Each village produces for identified markets based on a set of 3 to 5 value chains. These are determined using market-led approaches to identify opportunities and position target villages with a competitive advantage to meet market demands. Each commercial village also enjoys access to learning and demonstration facilities that influence not just their commercial groups, but also the wider community, all through the commercial village model. Remember that the fundamental obstacle to smallholder success is that they cannot engage with the market. Formal markets remain critical actors in the value chains by offering markets for smallholder commercialization. But informal markets are just as important. 85% of agricultural trade flows through informal markets in Africa. Attracting business players to do business with the village is what the commercial village model is all about. Villages like yours become deal makers because they can talk in large volumes. To attract private sector buyers, farmer groups are guided to set up simple, and affordable bulking points, central points per village where buyers collect produce and which can also serve as sorting, grading, or transaction points. The commercial village model seeks to deepen impact, introducing sustainable linkages and lasting relationships with buyers. First, to seal the deal and then to move volumes. As we call it in Africa, without sales, it's just talk, longo longo. We ask one basic question: have linkages been created and are farmers selling? The good news is that you are right at the center of shaping an economic rebirth on the African continent led by smallholder farmers like you. This transformation is dependent on us addressing the real reasons for the lack of smallholder participation in markets by giving smallholder communities the support they need to transform Africa's agroeconomy. Will we succeed? We already are. Among 15 million farmers on the continent, success is evidenced in more children going to school, sustainable linkages, increased savings, reduced dependency, household livelihood changes, and adoption of technologies, improved household nutrition, and natural resource management. The overall outcome is increased smallholders' competitiveness in the marketplace and greater returns for all actors in the value chains. Nyawera, you are just one of billions of smallholder farmers on the continent with the potential to contribute to the transformation of Africa's agricultural output. Thanks to the commercial village model, the future of African smallholder farmers holds brighter possibility.
At the farmer level, commercialization efforts are being implemented through the commercial zones and commercial villages model to improve smallholder responsiveness and competitiveness. A commercial zone, or COZO, is a district-wide investment and impact zone where efforts are consolidated for investment and partnership and impact, creating a network hub of market players. Many commercial villages form a commercial zone. The commercial village model is Farm Concern International's engine of commercialization, which graduates ordinary villages into robust trading blocks. 192,992 smallholder households are being influenced through the sefamaco model towards becoming commercialized through increased productivity and yields of market-preferred varieties. Critical information from the seed, consumer and market levels is repackaged and disseminated to influence farmer responsiveness. At this level, Farm Concern International, through its sefamaco model, places a special focus on gender participation by entrenching women and youth involvement through the Mama Trade, Women Trade for Revolution in Agribusiness Development, and YATE, Youth in Agriculture Trade and Enterprises models. At the market level, the goal is to create trust, improve efficiency, and enhance access between smallholder households and the market. Currently, supply chain inefficiencies account for the highest percentage of costs in the value chain. These result from poor farmer organization and poor seed systems, which are unresponsive to market demands. The outcome is low volumes and ensuing low prices for smallholder households and other value chain players. The sefamaco model creates a platform for both facilitators and players in the target value chains to understand market demands and use that information strategically to inform production. Additionally, it ensures that the market level communicates effectively with the seed and consumer levels. By strengthening the market pillar in both banana and sweet potato value chains, market players can look forward to an expanded market share of bananas and sweet potatoes in the target regions, resulting in viable opportunities and improved profitability for all value chain actors. The sefamaco model focuses on influencing seed, market and farmer levels to ensure that consumer demands are met. Sefamaco confirms that the consumer is king. In this system, the farmer is queen. All other players serve these two critical participants. This level emphasizes the identification and engagement of critical players within the nutrition arena in order to create linkages that optimize value for consumers. The efforts at this level also focus on creating systems and mechanisms for schools, health institutions, community nutritional workers to ensure strong supply linkages for good nutritional systems. Congruent support activities are also undertaken, including positive image building, product diversification, nutrition marketing, and enhanced consumer education in rural and urban areas. Many past interventions have undertaken disjointed efforts at different value chain levels. It's the connectedness of the Sefamaco model that makes it unique. Sefamaco creates the critical links between the seed, the farmer, the market, and the consumer, consequently impacting the entire value chain and ensuring that each level responds to the wider context at play. All this will not be possible without harnessing the synergy brought by different partners at consumption level to gather the relevant data, directing it to the markets and then to the producer, and ultimately create vibrant seed systems. Sefamaco project invites the participation of our strategic partners as critical contributors towards the success of the model for enhanced livelihoods in Africa and beyond. To partner with us, visit www.farmconcern.org.